Hello Journey friends, and welcome back to this week's Along the Journey. Today we are at Quarry Park here in southeast Winston-Salem. Relatively new space that incorporates several running trails, biking trails. I believe they connect up with the city, and just wonderful observation into this old rock quarry. And perhaps the greatest feature is this picturesque view of downtown Winston-Salem. It really just sort of frames in downtown, and you can really get a good view of the city from here. Beautiful, beautiful place. But you know, the image that I'm always left with here at the quarry is that of really an incomplete bridge. There's the view, yes, but you can't get to there from here. It stops, and we can't experience all that is downtown Winston-Salem from this point. There's a separation. Well, in this week in Journey, Section 5, Unit 2, we're going to be looking at the further consequences of our fall from righteousness. And separation, sin, and misery really top that list. And so we're going to look at the idea of being separate from the presence of God and thereby living in suffering that is the result of sin, the natural inclination to act out or to do evil, and misery, the state or condition of living in a world that experiences sin and evil. And we know even, Romans 8:22 tells us that creation is groaning under this sin and misery, and so suffering is to be expected. And that really leads us to the good news, that there is deliverance in that suffering. Partial now, complete later. And so that leads us to our three key takeaways this week. So number one, at the end of the truth section, don't miss the chart that talks about bridging that gap of separation over time, the progression of justification and adoption through sanctification, and then ultimate, complete restoration. No more sin, no more misery, no more suffering that occurs with glorification. Secondly, in equipping, there are some questions around reflecting on your own joys and sorrows, your own sufferings. Spell them out, write about them, discuss them with your group. Allow them to pray over one another. And then also with that, some passages that we'll talk back to the idea of, in this world, is it happiness or holiness that God is most interested in? And then thirdly, you're going to start getting familiar with that answer book that you picked up to start your journey. Particularly these questions that speak to how to deliver or introduce the answer book. Questions about spiritual things, spiritual heritage or history with someone that you're sharing with. Well, until we meet again, I do pray that your suffering is limited. I do pray that the Lord restores and heals and brings you out of whatever suffering you're currently in. And I pray that for all of us, we would draw strength and encouragement from the words of Jesus himself in John 16:33, when he's speaking in a way in order to bring peace to us. And he says that in this world we will have troubles, tribulations, but take heart, be encouraged, for he, Jesus, has overcome this world. Blessings, friends, along your journey.